Hello everyone, and especially the people in the city of Warwick on their realistic page here. I appreciate this realistic Facebook page. What's wrong with the city, what's good about the city. I grew up in the city of Warwick, and I own 14 pieces of property in the city of Warwick, commercial and residential property. My office is in Warwick. I own businesses in Warwick. My name is Jeff Butler. I own Deer Hearts Ice Cream on West Shore Road. On Elmwood Avenue, I run 4 businesses out of my building on Elmwood Avenue. I own the corporate offices for Deer Hearts Ice Cream is there, along with Elmwood Realty for my real estate holdings in the city of Warwick. And I also run Butler Waste Disposal, which I started about a year ago in the city of Warwick, which is about to move though, which I will get into. And so those are the businesses, and audiovisual services, which I started when I was in high school at Warwick Vets High School, and I'm 57 years old right now, and I started that business in Warwick. So what happened was I am an entrepreneur and I'm a businessman. I own a lot of property, pay a lot of property tax, just like a lot of the people that are on here now pay a lot of property tax. So what's happened with me is this: I invest a lot. I buy flip houses. I buy distressed properties. I fix them up and resell them. When I do that, that increases the tax base to the city of Warwick. When I buy a building, I renovate it. It increases the tax base to the city of Warwick. My office is in a building that was abandoned for 4 years where the city wasn't getting any taxes. And now I'm in a building at 2077 Elmwood Avenue that is now the home to 4 businesses that pays taxes to the city of Warwick. I purchased the distressed property at 270 Post Road, the old Patuxent Village Nursing Home, which is in Warwick. That property, again, paying minimal taxes, because why? It's a vacant property. I'm going through the process right now of getting it approved to make it into apartments to residential, again, which will increase the tax base to the city of Warwick. Why am I saying all this? Because every step of the way for me, the last 6 years, has been nothing but a challenge with the current building inspector, who doesn't live in Warwick. He lives in Gloucester, okay? But for some reason, he works in Warwick. He makes the decisions in the city of Warwick. And unfortunately, when this mayor, Picozzi, became the mayor, rather than bringing in his own people, he said, it's easier just to leave the building inspector that's in place. So I'm a little disappointed with that. I did meet with the mayor. I've contacted the mayor. I've sent the mayor a video. I'm not afraid to talk to people, as you can see. I expressed my concerns to the mayor, and he's like, we'll let him keep running his business. The mayor doesn't want to learn that end of the business, so you know what? Let him do it. He's doing a great job. So he's doing a great job while, Warwick has become the 3rd city in Rhode Island when it used to be 2nd. Okay, so he's doing a great job, right? Warwick's gone down, okay? But let's keep the people in place that have been running the city the last 6 or 7 years, even though it's gone down. The planning person, a woman in the planning department who makes all the planning decisions, she lives in Coventry. The assistant building inspector lives in East Greenwich. They're making decisions for all the people that live in Warwick. If you want to put up a shed in the backyard, your backyard, you're going to ask permission from a guy who lives in Coventry if you can put a shed in your backyard in Warwick. I have a problem with that. But anyway, my problem goes way back. It's a personal problem that I've had with this building inspector for 15 years, since he was in Smithfield. He was in Smithfield, then he went to West Warwick, then in Warwick. Unfortunately for me, I own property in Smithfield, West Warwick, and Warwick. So then what happens is he comes into the department and he then tarnishes my name, defames my name, badmouths me, gets his minions, the people that work for him, to then not like me as well, which is too bad because I used to have relationships with some of those people. But I will tell you this, I'm going to just jump. I have an excellent relationship in the city of Cranston, where I own 16 properties. I have a great relationship. In fact, I just did a TikTok video with the mayor the other day because the city of Cranston appreciates me. I invest in the city. I donate to the city. Same thing in West Warwick. West Warwick, great relationship with the building department, fire department. I own 30 buildings in West Warwick, 30 pieces of property in West Warwick, rental properties, residential. Warwick, my original hometown, is the only place that I have a problem with these people that don't even live in the city, but yet they're running the city. The mayor's not running the city. I met with him. I asked him to help me out solve these problems. I am fought every step of the way. So now, a year ago, I started a new business in Warwick, Butler Waste Disposal. I use my parking lots, which I own at 708 East Avenue over near the mall, big warehouse that I had purchased. The warehouse itself is vacant. It's not being used because we're putting a fire alarm system in it, so I can't use it yet until that's approved. I understand that. But what do I get today? I get a nice, friendly, certified letter today from Al DeCourt, the building inspector, that, you know, I'm running an illegal dumpster business in the city of Warwick. I did pay taxes for my business in the city of Warwick. I paid taxes at 708 East Avenue, so they took my tax money, but then the building inspector sends me a certified letter that I'm running an illegal dumpster business in the city of Warwick. It's registered. I pay corporate taxes, pay state of Rhode Island taxes, and I pay tangible tax to the city of Warwick. So the problem is that, does this guy run it by his boss, the mayor? No. This guy runs it, he does whatever he wants to do, because he knows he's running the city. The mayor won't call him out on it. So about 6 months ago, I did a video, the same similar video, regarding some other problems I'm having with him, because they don't approve anything I do now. They block all my permits. I have a building in Oakland Beach I'm trying to renovate. I bought the old Jonah Center. There's a joke for you. So the old Jonah Center, if anybody knows it, the city of Warwick used that building for, I think, 30 years. They rented it from the Diocese of Providence. I bought the building from the Diocese of Providence when Warwick abandoned it. Now the building department goes in there, oh, it has all kinds of structural problems, Jeff. You have to fix it up. You have to put beams in. From this guy, the building department. It was safe when the city used it, but when I bought it, it's a piece of shit. So that's the problem that we have now in the city of Warwick. The mayor did not help me. So here's what I'm suggesting. If there's anybody who plans on running for mayor in the next term, please contact me. I have lots of money that I want to donate. I have lots of property to put signs up in major places. Look, I have the nursing home that's right on Post Road. I got Deer Hearts Ice Cream that's on West Shore Road. I have no problem. I have, you know, I will be glad. Elmwood Avenue, I got property. I will be glad to put signs up because this mayor has not done anything for me. He's a Mr. Nice guy. Okay, he was talking about needing money to fix the rink when he became the mayor. They needed $60,000. Hey, come to a business person like me. Would you like to donate? I'd love to. Let's partner. Let's work something out. No, instead, he whines and cries about trying to find the money for the rink, and he allows his building inspector to burn business people who are bringing money into the city, to burn business people. That's not very good economic development. So here's what happens. When I have a business opportunity, West Warwick, Cranston, Smithfield, okay, Warwick isn't on my list anymore because of things like this, and that's unfortunate. So I'm telling you, anybody who plans on running for mayor, I think he's going to be a one-term mayor. Mr. Softy, okay, he's not a businessman. He's not telling his employees what to do. I have 90 employees. My employees listen to me. He's not telling his employees what to do. I contacted him. I invited him for a meeting. Let's talk about it. Let's sit around a round table. Let's discuss it. He wouldn't get together with his building inspector. He's afraid of him, I guess. I don't know why he's afraid of him. Okay, building inspector doesn't live in... Here's the aggravation and why I'm so upset. You folks that are the taxpayers, you elect officials to run the city. You elect your city council people and you elect your mayor. Well, they're elected positions. They're supposed to be running the city. Instead, you got the guy who lives in Coventry, they got the guy who lives in East Greenwich, and you got the woman who lives in Coventry. You got the guy, you know, they don't even live in Warwick, and they're making the decisions. That doesn't make sense to me. Nobody's ever questioned it before. Look, I live in Cranston now. I'm thrilled with Cranston. I got to tell you something. I know why Cranston's #2 now in the state, okay? Great school system, great recreation programs, great economic development. So, you know what? Warwick should take a lesson from Cranston because Cranston's doing something right now. The mayor's great in Cranston. They welcome people. I just made a major investment in Cranston, a 40-unit apartment building. So, you know what? That could have been Warwick, but instead it's Cranston. And it's unfortunate that I'm going through this problem in Warwick. It's the only city in the state that I have a problem. And I'll tell you right now, I will support anybody who runs for mayor in the next election. And at the same time, if somebody wants to come to me and express their concerns about anything else, I have no problem putting it on here because at the same time, I have 180,000 followers on TikTok, okay? If anybody knows anything about TikTok, that means I'm TikTok famous. I have 180,000 followers. This video, after I post it on Facebook, is going on TikTok. And I hope everybody sees it. I have nothing to hide. I have no problem saying it. I'll put it on the news because this is disgusting. Disgusting that the city has an opportunity from a business person like me, and the mayor thumbed his nose at it, and he's supporting the bum who's running the building department. Okay, he's supporting him, the bum that can send me certified letters. I fight him every step of the way. You know, I'm going to fight him every step of the way because it's ridiculous. Okay, we've gone to court before and we've won. You know, believe it or not, so my lawyer contacted the lawyer for the city, about 4 months ago. Let's get together. Let's try to solve some of these problems. Okay, it's been 4 months. One of the things that came up at the meeting is, please ask Jeff not to put up any videos. So I said, sure. I won't post any more videos unless I see progress. It's been 4 months. I think I've waited long enough. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. So I'm sure everyone's asking, you know, what did the building inspector do to me that is so bad? Why am I going through all this? So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and as taxpayers, you should be concerned because though it might be on a larger scale with me, on a smaller scale, it could be with you. And I'm sure other people have gone through this, but I'm going to give you an example. I have a piece of property in Warwick that we need to do some upgrades to the fire alarm system on. To do those upgrades, I have to have my electrician pull permits so I can make the repairs. So what we did is my electrician pulled the permits and didn't hear anything. All of a sudden, I get a phone call from a Rhode Island State electrical investigator. Of course, you know, it's a little intimidating. I've never had that before. The electrical investigator calls me up. Very nice guy. He said, Mr. Butler, I want to let you know there was a complaint lodged against you by the Warwick Building Department that you are filing fraudulent and false applications, okay, using fraudulent electricians' names. We fully investigated it, and the allegations are completely wrong. We found out that the electrician you use is actually on your payroll and works for you and licensed by your company. So we want to let you know the case is closed. I appreciate that. That allegation came from the Warwick Building Department. There's no reprimand or no repercussions for that building inspector. He was allowed to make that false allegation against me, okay, to defame my name with the state electrical investigators and the electrical department, and nothing came from it. He doesn't get in trouble from his boss, the mayor. He's not accountable because he's running the city, right? Alta Court's running the city. So nobody questioned him on that. How dare you attack a taxpayer like that and defame a taxpayer's name? City council, nobody questions it, right? I brought it to everybody's attention. So there's one example. Here's another example. State of Rhode Island Department of Transportation. See, Alta Court's going after me at all different angles. I am a fighter. I stand up to bullies. I learned that a long time ago, growing up in Warwick and going to Park School. I stood up to bullies. I'm not about to be bullied now at 57 years old, especially by this building inspector, okay, who couldn't make it himself as a contractor. That's why he's in the position he's in it. Think about it. Couldn't do it in private industry, couldn't be successful as a private builder, okay? What do you do? Become a building inspector and give the builders a hard time because you're a little jealous. That's besides the point. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So I have a Department of Transportation, same thing, calls me up. Mr. Butler, we have a complaint from the Warwick Building Department that you are encroaching on our sidewalk and on our property on West Shore Road. We need to investigate that. Okay, no problem. So they did. They do what they need to do. They contact me. Mr. Butler, you have a sign. It just needs to be moved a couple feet. That's no problem because it's on wheels. I can move the sign a couple feet. I'll talk about the sign in a minute. So anyway, and then they said, but if you want to use our space, no problem at all. What we do is we figure out how much space that you need, and we can come up with a rental agreement. Perfect. So the building inspector thought he was jamming me up, tried to again, bully, petty, didn't win, went away. Let's talk about my sign. So if everyone's familiar with my ice cream shop, The Arts Ice Cream, I have that digital sign that's on a trailer in front of the store. Now, it's a matter of opinion whether people like it or not. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for the law, just to talk about the law. In Warwick, if you have a vehicle, a registered motor vehicle with a license plate, you can have signs on it. Vans, trucks, think about all the businesses, and they park it in front of their business. The trailer is considered a vehicle. It has wheels, it has a license plate on it, so it's a legal motor vehicle. When I put that sign in front of that ice cream shop, I literally got certified letters every week and regular letters from the City of Warwick Building Department that I'm breaking the law and they're going to take me to court and that there's violations and fines and $500 a day and shame on you and a slap across the face and, and you're going to get publicly stoned and everything else. The issue is this. That went on for a year. For a year, I got those letters, those intimidating letters. Think about the cost to the City of Warwick. Think about the cost to send all those letters to me, and all I ever did is say, fine, take me to court. Let's let the judge decide. Let the judge decide if I am breaking the law. Because to me, it's about the law. It's not about whether the sign's ugly and people don't like it. It's about the law. Well, 2 days before it's time to go to court, guess what? They dropped the complaint. After spending all that money and all that time coming after me, they dropped the complaint. Why? Because they knew that that was the law and I was right. Whether you like it or not, it's another issue. It's about the law. We need to be protected. As taxpayers and citizens, we need to be protected. So that's 3 instances right there. 5 years ago, actually about 6 years ago, I have another piece of property in Warwick where, this is a funny one. The building department contacted me under the direction of Alta Court. They wanted to inspect my building on Elmwood Avenue because they had a complaint, an anonymous complaint, because that's what they always use, the anonymous complaint, that I had a 3rd floor apartment in the building. The building's a single-story building. You can stand outside 2121 Elmwood Avenue across from the Shell gas station. In fact, this is all public record. You guys could probably look at the old court records because, I mean, this is ridiculous. But they had a false allegation, okay, that I had a 3rd floor illegal apartment. What it was is they wanted to get into the building, do an inspection, and that's how they do it. They have to lie and say they had a 3rd floor illegal apartment. So I wouldn't let them in. I would not let them in the building because that was the most ridiculous thing. You look at the building; it's a 1-story building. How can I have a 3rd floor apartment in a 1-story building? We're talking intelligent, educated people that I'm having these conversations with. Every single week, certified letters, copies of letters, certified letters. They want to get in the building. They want to get in the building, certified letters. So then what happened was I had a beauty salon that wanted to open up in the building. Well, because I wouldn't let them in the building to see the 3rd floor illegal apartment, they would not issue the building permits for my beauty salon to open up. Well, not mine, but my tenant's beauty salon, who's still there, by the way, great beauty salon, wouldn't give them the building permits, the occupancy permit. So now they end up taking me to court because they want to get access to the building. And they also said that I had an illegal salon in there without a permit. So we go to court. They say to the judge, who was a very good judge at the time, Judge Gerstenblatt, very good. I went in front of him probably 8 or 9 times for different various issues in the City of Warwick. Excellent, excellent. They said to him, Judge, he's working without a permit. He's doing things without a permit. He has a salon in there without a permit. Everything's without a permit. My attorney then said, Your Honor, my client has applied for all these permits. They won't give him the permits to do the work. What did the judge do? Give them the permits. Order them to give us the permits. That's a judge. That's a judge who worked with me. We got the permits. So I guess that might be a thorn in Mr. DeCourt's side that I won that time in court, because ever since then, anything I do in the City of Warwick, he GMs me up when I apply for a permit. But he gets away with it because, again, he has such a powerful job. He's been there so long. The planning person who lives in Coventry that works, she's been there so long that when a new mayor comes in, they rely on these people rather than bringing new people in to run these departments, fresh eyes, creativity, creative people. Rather than doing that, it's easy. Just leave them in place. Big mistake, big mistake. So anyway, so those are some instances of where I've had a problem, many problems in the City of Warwick trying to get things done. So that's why I won with the one on Elmwood Avenue with the 3rd floor. By the way, there was never a 3rd floor apartment. Okay, that was just unfortunate, But it's the tone of the city. I'll tell you why. The minimum housing inspector in Warwick at that time is now in Cranston. When she was in Warwick working under Alta Court, she was the one who was told to go look for this 3rd floor illegal apartment, and she gave me a hard time. She's now in Cranston. Completely different attitude, different spirit. She'll call me up, hey, Jeff, I see you bought this house, this abandoned house, the lawn is getting long. Could you, mow it before the city issues fines or violations? What a great relationship, and that's the type of relationship that I should have in Warwick. I have it in Cranston. They'll call me in West Warwick, minimum housing. They'll pick up the phone and call us up. Hey, could you cut the lawn in that house? You just bought that abandoned auction house before it has fines. We know you just bought it. They call me. They'll mention it. Hey, Jeff, one of your tenants put a mattress out. Could you? Not Warwick. Warwick immediately issues fines, violations, wastes taxpayers' money, bullies. What a bad way of running a city. I was going to say a business, but these are not business people. Running a city. You know, taxpayers are customers. My renters, they're my customers. Tenants are customers. Taxpayers are customers. Treat them with a little respect. The problem is it's the trickle-down theory. Okay, if he's allowed to do that, his people are going to be allowed to do that, and it all comes from the top, which is the mayor. That's why I'm saying I will support anybody else that runs for mayor, because this guy has done me no favors, okay, as a taxpayer, and I have a lot of money to donate to people that are willing to run the city fairly and realize that, look, this guy's trying to help the city. Yeah, when I fix up a house and sell it, yeah, I make money, okay, absolutely. But at the same time, I'm increasing the tax base in the city of Warwick. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm opening businesses in the city of Warwick. Now, I'll talk about Butler Waste. Because they sent me that certified letter, okay, fine. I'm going to move my business. I just bought a piece of property in Johnston. I'm going to move that business there. The Johnston can get my $50,000 in tangible tax because Warwick doesn't want it. The mayor doesn't want it. So when the mayor starts crying poverty, well, Mr. Butler's willing to, you know, pay taxes, but you drove him out. You drove his business out of the city. That's it. So you know what? Where's the economic development? That's a big joke. Okay, in Warwick, economic development. Go to economic development. Try to start a business. Hi, how you doing? I want to start a business. You know what they do? They give you a list of real estate that's available in Warwick. That's not economic development. Economic development is helping the small businessman get started, teaching him, giving him lessons, telling him what to do, how to start a business. That's economic development. Okay, Warwick, it's a real estate agent sitting in an office. Here's a bunch of property for rent. Disgusting.